My girlfriend told me, I don't need just one man to be happy. So I stopped paying her bills. I never thought I'd be writing something like this. I always figured relationships take work, compromise, patience, love. I thought that's what we had. For almost 4 years, I stood by her. Her name's Lauren. We met at a concert in Denver, clicked over bad coffee and indie music, and it felt like the most natural thing in the world. In the beginning, she was magnetic, funny, outgoing, full of energy. She loved being the center of attention. I used to admire it. She'd pull me out of my comfort zone, get me to try things I never would have imagined. But over time, that magnetic energy started feeling different. Like it wasn't just about living life to the fullest. It was about being seen, being wanted. Not just by me, but by anyone and everyone. It started with little comments. Stuff like, humans aren't meant to be monogamous. Or, it's just flirting, it doesn't mean anything. At first, I brushed it off. I figured, maybe she was testing boundaries or just being provocative. But then came the late-night texts she wouldn't explain, the Instagram DMs she swore were just old friends. I remember one night, we were sitting on the couch, watching some crime documentary. Her phone kept lighting up, over and over. I glanced at it without thinking. A message popped up. Last night was wild. When are we doing it again? I didn't say anything right away. My heart started racing, my palms went cold. I waited, hoping she'd offer some explanation. But she didn't. She just grabbed her phone, locked it, and acted like nothing happened. I confronted her. Calm, direct. Lauren, what the hell is that? She didn't even flinch. It's not what you think. You're being dramatic. But it wasn't just one message. Over the next few weeks, more things started coming out. Random charges on our joint card for hotel rooms. A second phone she claimed was for work stuff. Yeah, right. Then came the conversation that changed everything. It was a Sunday afternoon. I made us lunch. She barely touched her food, scrolling through her phone. I finally asked, "Are you even present in this relationship anymore?" She sighed, like I was exhausting her. Then she set her phone down and said, almost casually, "Look, I don't need just one man to be happy." I sat there, staring at her. What does that even mean, Lauren? She leaned back, crossing her arms. It means I'm not built for this one-man thing. I like variety. I like feeling desired. That's who I am. If you can't handle it, that's on you. There was no apology, no remorse, no attempt to soften the blow. I felt something in me shut off right then, like a switch flipped. All the sacrifices, the rent I covered when she was between jobs, the emotional labor, the endless patience. I realized it was all one-sided. I didn't yell. I didn't argue. I just stood up, walked to our bedroom, and started pulling my suitcase from under the bed. She watched me, at first confused, then irritated. "What are you doing?" she asked. "Exactly what you just told me to do without saying it." I replied, unzipping the suitcase. "I'm done supporting this chaos. You want freedom? You've got it." Her tone changed fast. Defensive. "Oh, so now you're going to act like the victim? Grow up." I didn't answer. I opened the closet, started folding my clothes. Each shirt felt heavier than it should have. Every drawer I pulled was another reminder of how much of my life I had invested into someone who saw me as optional. She paced behind me, talking at me, not to me. "You knew how I was. You always knew. Don't act surprised now." I could feel my chest tightening, but I stayed calm. No point fighting someone who was already checked out. As I zipped the suitcase, I glanced back at her and said, "You're right. I did know. I just didn't want to believe it." I walked out that day, but that was just the beginning. The real chaos didn't even start until after I left. I left that day with nothing but a suitcase and my laptop bag. I didn't even take the TV or the coffee maker I bought. None of it felt worth the argument. I just wanted out. I checked into a cheap extended stay hotel nearby, staring at the ceiling that night, wondering how the hell the person I loved had turned into whatever this was. The first few days were strangely quiet. No calls, no texts, nothing. Which, honestly, told me everything I needed to know about how much I actually mattered to her. Then the texts started. Not from Lauren, but from mutual friends. "Dude, are you okay? What's going on between you two? Saw Lauren's Insta story. What the hell is happening? Bro, you need to see this." Curiosity got the best of me. Against my better judgment, I opened Instagram. And there it was. Lauren had posted a string of stories, her out at bars, grinding on random guys, shots lined up, captions like "living my best life," and "no man can hold me down." It was like she wasn't just moving on. She was making sure the world knew. I closed the app. Felt this weird mix of anger and sadness, but also relief. Like her parading her behavior publicly just confirmed everything I needed to know. A couple of days later, I got a call from Chris, one of my closest friends, who was also kind of friends with her. He sounded hesitant. "Man, I don't even know how to tell you this, but there's a guy? Actually, more than one. Apparently, She's been seeing this dude named Eric for months. And there's talk of at least another guy on the side. Some people even said she bragged about having an open roster. I sat there, gripping my phone, jaw clenched. Did she ever think to maybe, I don't know, mention that to me? Chris sighed. I don't think she cared if you knew or not, man. And that's when I realized. This wasn't about me lacking something. It wasn't about any failure on my part. This was about her own bottomless craving for attention, for validation. No amount was ever enough. I kept my distance. Stayed silent. But life has a way of circling back. 2 weeks after I left, I got an email from our landlord. Apparently, the rent hadn't been paid. Of course not, because I was the one who always handled that. I texted Lauren. Landlord reached out. Rent's overdue. What's the plan? Her response came fast. That's your responsibility. You've always paid it. I laughed out loud reading it. Not even surprised. I typed back. Not anymore. I don't live there. It's on you now. That unleashed a flood of texts. Wow. After everything I did for you, you're really gonna leave me struggling like this? I thought you loved me. The irony nearly knocked me over. I typed. Lauren, you said it yourself. You don't need just one man to be happy. So figure it out. I'm not your safety net anymore. No reply. Silence. Later that week, Chris called again. His tone was half amused, half serious. Bro, you're not gonna believe this. Lauren showed up at that rooftop bar. You know, the one near 5th Street, and she got into it with some girl. Turns out, Eric, you know, the side guy, was also seeing this other girl. Full-blown screaming match. Security had to break it up. I didn't even know what to say. Part of me wanted to laugh. Part of me felt embarrassed for ever being part of it. And just when I thought it couldn't get messier, it did. The next morning, I woke up to a message request from an unknown number. Hey, I think we should talk. I'm Eric's ex, found out about Lauren. There's some stuff you need to know. I stared at the message for a good minute, debating whether I even wanted to get involved. Part of me wanted to block the number, move on, forget it all. But curiosity's a hell of a thing. So I replied, all right, what's this about? Within seconds, the typing bubbles popped up. My name's Jenna. I was with Eric for almost a year. We broke up a few weeks ago because I found out about Lauren. And turns out it wasn't just her. He was seeing at least 3 other women at the same time. She wasn't the only one getting played. I blinked. Wow, that tracks. Jenna wasn't done. There's more. Lauren apparently knew about the others. She didn't care. But when Eric finally told her he wasn't interested in anything serious, she lost it. She showed up at his apartment last night, screaming outside, banging on his door. Neighbors had to call the cops. I didn't know whether to feel vindicated or just exhausted by all this. Then Jenna sent something that made my stomach turn, a screenshot of a group chat. It was Lauren, bragging about how many guys she was keeping on rotation. Her exact words. Men are so dumb. Keep feeling needed, and they'll pay your bills while you live your best life. I read it twice. Just stunned. Even after everything, seeing it in black and white hit differently. A few days later, Lauren texted me. Out of nowhere. No hello. No how are you. Just, I need help with rent. I can't do this alone. I stared at it for a while, then replied. You told me you didn't need just one man to be happy. Go ask one of the others. She fired back instantly. Are you serious? After everything I did for you, you're really gonna leave me homeless? I sat there, shaking my head, almost laughing at the insanity of it all. Lauren, you're not my problem anymore. You made that clear. That's when the meltdown started. Message after message. Insults. Guilt trips. Threats to tell people I was the bad guy. She even tried to say I was financially abusive for cutting her off after she admitted to using me while cheating on me. It was pathetic. Sad, really. But not my circus anymore. A week later, Chris texted me again. Guess who got evicted? Yup. Landlord finally kicked her out. Apparently, none of her backup plans worked. Eric ghosted her. The other guys? Gone. People started seeing through her. Word got around. Our friend circle wasn't as oblivious as she thought. I won't lie. There was a part of me that felt a little cold satisfaction seeing the consequences finally catch up to her. Not because I wished her harm, but because for the first time, she had to face her own mess. No fallback. No safety net. No me. I've since gotten my own place. Peaceful. No constant buzzing of her phone. No wondering if the person next to me is being honest. Just peace. Sometimes I think back on everything. How blind I was. How much I ignored. But honestly, I don't regret walking away. If there's one thing I learned from this whole mess, it's this. If someone tells you who they are, believe them. I appreciate you watching till the end. Hit that subscribe button and stay tuned for more content.